Good morning, children. Today's topic is plant physiology. Well, first of all, what do you mean by physiology? Physiology is nothing but the science that deals with the functions of an organism. In this lesson, we are going to see about the functions of the plants. What are the functions which has been done by the plants? We all know that animals can be able to move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and for reproduction. But in case of plants do not show such movements. But plants can move their body parts towards them, sunlight, water, and nutrients to get in need of. Plants are very sensitive to the external factors such as light, gravity, and the temperature. So in this lesson, we are going to see in detail about the movements in plants, photosynthesis, and transpiration. First, we are going to see about the movements in plants. What are the movements which is taken in plants? Let us see in detail. Tropism in plants. Tropism is an unidirectional movement of a whole or part of a plant towards the direction of stimuli. Stimuli means stimulator who stimulate the direction of the movement of a plant towards it is called stimuli. So, tropism is an unidirectional movement of a whole or part of a plant towards the direction of stimuli. So there are few types of tropism in plants are taken places. Let us see in detail. Types of tropism: Phototropism, Geotropism, Hydrotropism. Fourth one is Tigmotopism. Fifth is Chemotropism. So these are all the types of tropism. Let us see in detail about these types. From the name itself, we can easily understand the types of tropism. Let us in detail each type of tropism in detail. First one is phototropism. Photo means light. The tropism means movement. Movement of plant part towards the light is called phototropism. Example for this is shoot of a plant. Shoot means other than the root. The part of the plant other than the root is shoot. So, example for this is sunflower. Sunflower move their body part towards the light. So, movement of plant part towards the light is called phototropism. Example for this is shoot of a plant. Let us see about the geotropism. Movement of plant in response to gravity. Example for this is root of a plant. Root of a plant move towards the gravity in search of water. Plant in response to gravity in search of water is called geotropism. Geotropism is also known as gravitropism. Movement of plant in response to gravity is called geotropism. Example for this is root of a plant. Next, we are going to see about the hydrotropism. Hydro means water, tropism means movement. So, movement of a plant or plant part towards water is called hydrotropism. Example for this is root of a plant. Root of a plant move towards the water to absorb the water for the plant growth. So, this is called hydrotropism. Movement of a plant or plant part towards the water is called hydrotropism. Next, we are going to see about the Tigmotopism. Tigmo means touch. Movement of plant part due to touch is called Tigmotropism. Example for this is climbing vines. The plants that climb over the physical supporter such as sticks, it exhibit the positive Tigmotropism. The growth of the plant in response to the physical supporter. If it touches that physical supporter, it moves towards the direction of that physical support. So this is known as Tigmotropism. This is called Tigmotropism. Movement of plant part due to touch is called Tigmotropism. Example for this is climbing vines. Next is Chemotropism. The movement of a part of a plant in response to chemicals. Example for this is growth of a pollen tube in response to sugar which is present in the stigma. Stigma contains sugar, it is chemical which is present in the stigma. So the pollen tube, growth of the pollen tube towards the stigma. Growth of the pollen tube is stimulated towards the stigma. This is because sugar is a chemical which is present in the stigma. So the movement of a part of a plant in response to chemicals is called chemotropism. Next, let us see the photosynthesis. What do you mean by photosynthesis? Green plants are autotrophic basically. They produce their own food, hence it is called autotrophic. And this is all done by the process called photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, conversion of light energy into chemical energy is done, and this process occurs in green plants and several organisms. Let us see the diagrammatic explanations of the photosynthesis in detail. That will we can easily understood by seeing the diagrammatic explanations. See the diagrammatic explanation of the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of chlorophyll and light, it gives stars that and it is stored in the plant parts and it will be used by the plants, and it also releases the oxygen and liberation of water molecules. This is the diagrammatic explanations. Chlorophyll is the pigment, just green pigment is responsible for the photosynthesis. And next let us see the chemical equations of photosynthesis. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 12 molecules of water in the presence of light and plant enzymes known as chlorophyll, it gives rise to glucose molecules plus 6 molecules of oxygen and 6 molecules of water. C6H12O6 is a chemical formula for glucose, and it will stored in the plant body and it is further used by the plants for their food. It is it is called plant biomass. This is the chemical formula, chemical equation for the photosynthetic process. Next is transpiration. It is also one of the important function. Transpiration is nothing but the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant body is called the transpiration. Aerial part of the plant body is the stomata. The leaves have tiny microscopic pores is called stomata, through which the loss of water in the form of water vapor is taken place. Water evaporates through this stomata, and each stomata is surrounded by the guard cell, and these guard cells help in regulation the rate of transpiration by opening and closing of stomata. Next is types of transpiration. First one is stomatal transpiration, second is cuticular transpiration, third one is lenticular transpiration. Stomatal transpiration is nothing but the loss of water from the plants through stomata is called stomatal transpiration. Cuticular is loss of water in plants through the cuticle is called cuticular transpiration. And third one is lenticular transpiration, loss of water from the plants in the form of water vapor through the lenticles. Lenticles are nothing but the protrude which is from protrude from the barks in the woody stems and twigs as well as in the plant organs. That's all, dears. Thank you.